Welcome! Today we're going to build a super practical guide to one of the most essential skills you can possibly have, problem solving. And look, this isn't just theory. This is all about giving you a real toolkit to tackle pretty much any challenge that comes your way. You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You're just staring at a problem, whether it's big or small, and you have absolutely no idea where to even begin. That feeling of being stuck, it can be totally overwhelming. But the good news is, it really doesn't have to be. So in this explainer, we're going to put together a toolkit. Think of it as a set of reliable, repeatable techniques that you can use to dismantle any problem piece by piece and find a clear path forward.
Okay, so at the very heart of our toolkit is a simple, but believe me, an incredibly powerful 4-step method. You can think of it as your map, guiding you from the total confusion of a problem straight to the clarity of a solution.
And here they are, just 4 simple words: define, ideate, execute, and review. It's a really logical flow if you think about it. I mean, you can't execute a plan you haven't even thought of, and you can't come up with solutions for a problem you haven't really defined. So let's break down that very first step. Let's start with what is, without a doubt, the most critical step of all: defining the real problem. It's so easy to rush in and start trying to solve the symptoms without ever figuring out the underlying issue. Seriously, getting this part right is half the battle. This quote, which people often attribute to Einstein, is such a powerful reminder. I mean, just think about it for a second. Our natural impulse is to jump right into those 5 minutes of finding a solution. But the real leverage, the real power, comes from deeply, truly understanding the problem first. Time spent here is an investment that pays off every single time. So how do we actually do that? How do we dig deeper? Well, a fantastic tool for this is something called the 5 whys. And the process sounds almost too simple. You just state the problem, and then you ask why, 5 times. Each answer you get becomes the starting point for the next why, which forces you to peel back all the layers until you finally hit the real root of the issue.
All right, to make this really concrete, let's use a simple, totally relatable example that we can follow for the rest of this explainer: the problem of how to reduce your monthly food waste.
Okay, let's put this into action, and I want you to watch the transformation here. We start with a symptom, right? I wasted food. But by asking why over and over, we move from a surface issue to a behavioral one. The problem isn't that the food went bad. The real, actionable problem is that I don't schedule time to plan. You see the difference? One is just a situation, but the other is a habit we can actually change. Okay, so we found our root cause, a lack of scheduled planning time. Now we get to move on to the really fun part, ideation. This is where we get to open up the possibilities and generate a ton of creative solutions for that specific problem we just uncovered. You know, the key to really great brainstorming is to just turn off your inner critic. That means you defer judgment on every idea, no matter how wild or crazy it seems. You know, like, hire a personal chef for our food waste problem. It's all about quantity over quality at this stage. Your goal is not to find the right answer just yet. It's to create a huge list of possible answers you can choose from later. And this illustrates the mindset we need perfectly. Brainstorming is all about divergent thinking. That's where you go wide and create as many choices as you possibly can. It's only after you've totally exhausted all your ideas that you switch gears to convergent thinking, which is all about analyzing those options and finally making a choice. Whatever you do, don't mix them up. All right, so we've defined our problem and we've generated a bunch of ideas. Now it's time for the final action-oriented steps, putting our ideas to the test and, most importantly, learning from the results. This is what we call the action cycle, and it's all about iteration. Forget trying to find that one single perfect solution right out of the gate. Instead, you pick one promising idea and you run a small, simple experiment. You measure what happens, you learn from it, and then you adapt. It's this continuous loop of testing and improving. So let's bring it all back to our food waste example. Our root cause was a lack of scheduled planning time. So a perfect little experiment would be this. Try scheduling just 15 minutes every Sunday for meal planning. See? It's specific, it's small, and it's totally measurable. You can easily track if it actually reduces your food waste over the next few weeks. And there you have it. By combining these steps, define, ideate, execute, and review, you now have a complete, reliable toolkit. You have a map to get you from being stuck to taking effective action on literally any challenge you face. This quote really gets to the very heart of problem solving.
You can't fix a problem using the exact same mindset that created it in the first place. And that's what this framework is really all about. It's not just a checklist, it's a new way to approach challenges, one that forces you to think differently.
So now it's over to you. With this shiny new toolkit ready to go, what's the first problem, big or small, that you're ready to solve?